what volume of oxygen gas would be required to produce 0.50 liters of SO2 by the following reaction? And here we're given a reaction that says zinc sulfide plus oxygen gas, giving us zinc oxide plus SO2 gas. One thing we have to recognize before we even start the stoichiometry of this problem is that our equation here is not properly balanced. Okay? So if you look at this, we have 2 oxygen atoms on the left and we have 3 over on the right. So the first thing we want to do here is balance this particular equation. And if we balance this properly and go through the steps to balancing this, we're going to need a 2 in front of both of the zinc equations, and we're going to need a 3 in front of the O2 and a 2 in front of the SO2. So here's our overall balanced chemical equation, and this is what we're going to need. And whenever you see an equation that's not balanced, and you're going to need to do some calculations, you must balance the particular equation. Once our equation's balanced, we can use Avogadro's law to look at this. And remember, Avogadro's law says V1 over N1 is equal to V2 over N2. Okay? Initially, we have 0.50 liters of SO2. And if we look at our balanced chemical equation here, we have 2 moles of SO2. So this is going to be 2 moles, and that number 2 is going to be an exact number, so it's 2.000000. Okay, that's going to equal our second volume, which is what we're solving for, V2 of oxygen gas. So here we have oxygen gas right here, which is going to need 3 moles as its coefficient. Okay, we go through here and we solve for V2, so V2 times 2 moles is going to equal 0.50 liters times 3 moles. If we end up solving for V2, V2 is going to be 0.50 liters times 3 moles divided by 2 moles. Our moles cancel, and our volume that we're looking for would be 0.75 liters. So if we kind of overview what we just did here, we're looking for a volume of oxygen gas required to produce 0.50 liters of SO2 given a particular reaction. First we balance that reaction, and after that it becomes a direct application of Avogadro's law. We go through, and in this case we solve for V2, and we get 0.75 liters. So remember, anytime you're given an equation, you have to make sure that that equation is properly balanced. Because if we don't balance this equation properly, we will not get the correct answer.